Hello everyone. I'm making a quick video about a good bug in the game. It's a bit of a bug. Not a big deal of a bug, but Braggart's Roar on a Serpent God's Blade and Bonny's Butcher Knife along with Godskin Swaddling Cloth has a bug. This bug is no big deal really. It's just about healing you. As you can see, I got enemies right here. And if I hit them, I'll heal from the swaddling cloth, right? And I'll heal from the serpent blade, from them dying from the serpent blade. Well, the bug is really different. If you activate any buff that's a roar, like this, you will heal for every hit you connected. And then any hits from that point on, you will heal. You will heal for every hit you connect. Which is good about this bug is it will not activate unless you hit your opponent. Which means there's no freebie healing out of it. And you cannot two-hand the weapon or you lose it. There is a thing though that allows you to do this, where you can sharpen your bonny blade. All the hits I connected earlier became health. Then activate Braggart's Roar, allowing your stats to go up for a short period of time, but you are left open for a long period of time. And then from there, you can only heal for a set amount though. See, it's not a crap ton of healing, it's just a percentage of healing. See how I did get any that time? It's because I already had Braggart's Roar activated, gaining health off my strikes. You're not immortal, you're not invincible. All you're doing is gaining health for actually combat. And it only works with the bonny blade. For the bonny blade's code has its sharpening right here. This counts as a buff. So bonny blade's doing exactly what it's meant to do. Where upon striking your enemy with a sharpened version will give you health. Well, to skip the sharpening point, you just do this. And now the bonny blade will be active as the buff, allowing you to heal upon per strike. You're not invincible by any means. You will still die or take too much damage. You won't be able to withstand too many blows. And the swaddling, the serpent blade will give you health based off enemies dying near you, or teammates, whichever dies near you, the serpent blade will feed off it. But you will not heal off the bonny blade if you don't use it. Every hit the bonny blade does I did 5 hits with the bonny blade, right? And I only gained healing from the swaddling cloth and its death from the serpent blade. But if I activate it, I gain health based off those hits. So you have to hit your target with the bonny blade, and it'll stack those hits on this blade. Unlimited stack. As long as you can keep stacking it, that blade will keep that counter. But once you activate a buff like that, it will take that stack and heal you for all the hits you did. This doesn't mean you're mortal or overpowered either. If anything, you're quite average. They'll do basic damage, healing. You got the fast strikes of the serpent blade. And the slow and powerful strikes. And the slow powerful strikes of the bonny blade. But the heals are all based off percentage. You will not gain a lot of healing out of it in general. It's all percentage based. See? Like that. And the swaddling cloth also gets this bug to activate more often upon use of this skill with the bonny blade. The darker the red of the absorption, the more health you absorb. That's all it is it keeps your health up. You can be overrun and overtaken by other players. See, you can still take damage. And you don't gain too much. You gain a decent amount. See, it's not an insane number of healing. It's a decent amount. It just keeps you alive and topped off for a while. If you take too much damage, you will die. You're not an immortal with this build. But the bonny blade, the bug, affects the swaddling cloth, so that happens more often. And it's all percentage based, so there's no, you're gonna be this OP thing. But if you want a tankier character that can take more of a hit and keep fighting while healing, and if you want, you can put on regen armor to keep yourself alive. But yeah, that's how this really works. It's a buff bug, because when you use this buff, the bonny blade activates in your offhand, because that's how the bonny blade's buff works. But if you two-hand it, you're gonna lose that buff. See? That's the difference right there. You might want to sharpen it once in a while to get the extra health off the blade is all. It's like a cutting knife, right? As you're doing damage to the enemies, you're leaving bits and pieces on the weapon. So when you sharpen it to clean it, I guess your guy eats it and heals off it. It's not a whole lot of healing, but it's a decent amount. This is a bug that does not need to be patched at all because it works out just fine. You're left wide open too when you try to use this, so PvP, it works, but you have to be planning your time when you can strike. Any of the Ashes of War will work that uses a shout. I tried many Ashes of War with the Serpent Blade, Braggart's Roar, War Cry, Barbaric War. Those work with it. Even Shriek of Sorrow works too. Those buffs work, but Golden Vow does not, for some odd reason. And neither does Royal Knight's Resolve or Determination. So, long as you steer towards the roars here, you'll gain the buff. You'll gain the buff for the Bonny Blade and keep yourself healed and topped off. And only sharpen once in a while if you think you got enough hits on it to get the health off it. So there's a little planning in to do, but you can keep yourself alive. And this build is not bad. This blade is fast, so you can do this and then catch someone for some quick health. It's not bad. It's decent. Give it a shot. It's not broken or nothing. It's not OP. It's just a weird bug that overlaps the roars with Bonny Blade's buff, which is the same thing as a roar, so it's causing a bug. But it's not the end of the world. They don't need to patch it at all, since you don't overheal by too much. The only time I've healed a lot is during a boss fight, and I sharpened my blade for 2000 HP. But that was PvE, and I did a lot of hitting. And by the time I did sharpen the blade, it healed for a lot because I stacked up the heals on it without, you know, taking it off for a long period of time. So yeah, you have 4 different ways of healing with this build. You have direct hitting with this blade. Then you got your hitting with this blade. Upon killing an enemy, you get health. Swaddling Cloth gives you health, and sharpening your blade will give you health. So you have 4 ways to heal. You have your buff heal, your sharpening heal, your serpent blade death heal, and your swaddling cloth heal. And they all stack on top of each other. You aren't immortal, don't get me wrong. You will get flattened if you don't realize what you're doing. So be careful with this build.